I'm so glad we ain't gotta watch Angel body roll no more. Hey y'all, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Shy in Second Life, and on this channel we check out aesthetically pleasing places in the virtual world of Second Life, and I also sporadically do lifestyle vlogs. So if you're interested in content like this, go ahead and subscribe. Y'all, first things first, it is a man roaming around here with his meat out. I'll never understand why some men come on here and they do that, but it's crazy. Like, this is not even the type of land for that. Now, I left and came back and it was on soft, but when he first dropped down, he was coming in hot. I'm talking rock hard with jeans on, coming out the jeans, pissed me off immediately. So just be mindful that if I walk past him or I see him in the distance and I get a little, flustered, that's why. I'm gonna go ahead and blank it out if I have to, but hopefully he left the land. He's not in the resident area anymore like he was at first. Never a dull moment in Second Life, I must say. So you guys, we are in Vlogtober. Yeah. I'm super excited about this. I don't know what's going on here. Let me get in their privacy. This is like a really cute area. So this is like, we're still within like the resident area of this land. Super cute, right? Super duper cute. So you guys, so I finished Beauty in Black. Now they did say that the rest of the second season is gonna be coming up in, I think it said 2026. And let me tell you, there are some things that I would like to chat about. First things first, I'm so glad we ain't gotta watch Angel body roll no more. I couldn't take another damn body roll. I said Angel ain't never been to no kind of strip club or nothing like that. But you know what? You would have to go to a male strip club, and that's not his cup of tea. So I just felt like, they could have brought a male stripper in and kind of help him out a little bit. But Tyler Perry, he loves to get things done very quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was just like, listen, do what you think that they would do at a strip club. Ain't nobody really, on that. We're gonna have other strippers that are there that are actually, now there was some strippers there. Well, I say ain't no damn way they're not really strippers in real life. They was doing a little bit too much. This looks delicious, absolutely delicious. Now, there were a lot of parts in Beauty in Black that I just kind of felt like, what the fuck? For lack of better words, that's just really how I felt. I felt like the whole scene, and I'm gonna pop around when I'm talking about Beauty in Black. I'm just gonna pop around because it's spoiler alerts. I probably should have said that first, but I'm saying it now. So before I even get like too deep into the series, I just want to say Kimmy's mom is a cold bitch. Now, what I will say is the situation as to how Kimmy even came about meeting up with Rain, that was something that definitely happens. There are many, many times where women will choose the man over their child. It happens all the time. But for me, I feel like there are a lot of parts. Imagine, y'all, it's a lot of people on this land. Everybody's here. I'm assuming taking pictures. I feel like this land probably just opened up because there's quite a few people here, and I love that for us. But I felt like there are a lot of parts in the series that were supposed to have a more of a serious undertone or a serious overtone, if you will. But for me, a lot of it came off a bit, I'm not gonna say comical, but a bit like, what the hell? So like Kimmy's mom dropped her off in like a parking lot, and that was very bogus. But then she gave her $10 and she was like, this is all I have, so you had to take this $10. And I'm like, $10? Girl, you could have fucking kept that. I just kind of felt like, for me, I chuckled a little bit, not because she gave her $10, but because I was just like, Tyler, you didn't even have to write that in. Like, I felt like it would have had a better, look how cute they are taking a little picture up in here. I feel like it would have had more of a dramatic take to it had she just put her out with nothing. I felt like her even mentioning that all she had was $10 and giving her the $10. I feel like, were we supposed to feel like, okay, well, at least she's giving her last, or like what? I don't know. I feel like it just took away from the moment. We're going to do a little bit of people watching. He's definitely taking pictures. He looks like he's on some type of pose, something. Okay. He look mean. What you got going on, ma'am? She got her full little fall outfit on. That's the one thing I love about fall. Like, you really can mix things up. Like a nice shirt, but it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be bundled up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, she thick with it. I know that's right. And so we get past the whole like Kimmy mom completely abandoned her and she's like a weird ass hoe for that. But then we get into like the whole thing about them having like being able to make like phone calls or like video calls and stuff with them in Walmart or whatever fucking grocery store they were hiding. And I was like, come on now. Come on now. Now, could that be something that could possibly happen? I don't know. I've never snuck in and been in a store, like a Walmart type store when everything closed down. I don't know what the internet is like. I don't know. Normally when I go, I be having dead spots and all type of stuff. So I don't know. But anyway, that happened. And so I'm just like, okay. So the thing that really just like tripped me out is like, okay, it seemed like everybody that worked at the strip club was in debt they were indebted to Jules, because like either he got them out of something, or it was just a whole lot of going on when it came to the actual strippers that were at the club. And so I'm just like, okay, what the hell is this? Like nobody is here because they want to be here. Like everybody is literally here. I saw some more people over here. Everybody is literally here because they got into some mess and Jules got them out of it. I don't know, it was just one of those things where I'm like, okay, Body and Delinda, horrible. They were very freaking mean, and I don't feel like that was really necessary. Look at them. I know that's right. They matching. Their picture's gonna be super cute. Body and Delinda was mean. They were mean. And you know what? Once again, it's just me on the outside looking in. I don't know what the decorum is at a strip club when it comes to like the strip club owners, or I don't know what space Body was supposed to be in. I guess she was just like the top girl or whatever. I don't know, but they were mean, and I feel like they were just unnecessarily mean. They moved, in my opinion, more like pimps than like owners of the club. I don't know if that's how it normally is. Like I said again, I don't really know. But I just kind of felt like they really, really overdid their role, and that really wasn't necessary. Again, I know that I am definitely speaking from a very inexperienced space, but I just kind of felt like all that wasn't really necessary. It just really wasn't necessary. But it could also be a thing where Tyler was able to find like a really, really good way to not glamorize that type of lifestyle. And so it was very, very unappealing. It was very, very unappealing. There are many people that will get into like stripping and stuff like that, and most of them do not enjoy it, but they don't really talk about like that part, like the back part of it. They talk just more about the interactions with men and how they just really, it puts a bad taste in their mouth, which is totally understandable. But I felt like because the back end of it was so like disrespectful, and it was so like brutal and very, very cutthroat, it made it look very, very unappealing. There are some women and men who will look at stripping and hold some type of like glamour towards it, and I feel like to each his own. But if you talk to a stripper, they will let you know that is not what it is. That is really not what it is, and it just lets you know how well they do their job, that you would even look at it in that manner. So I am lagging a little bit. Don't really like that. But it is what it is. So I know he ain't going there and close that door on me, because guess what, ho? I'm coming in. So if you thought that you closing the door was going to do something, it ain't. Did it automatically close or did something? Okay. Because I'm like, don't do that. Okay. Because I'm like, don't. I thought somebody was coming in here taking a picture like I'm finna close the door so you don't come in. That would never work. That would never work. This is a public space, okay? I'll move around you, but don't close the damn. They ain't even closed on the door while I'm still talking about it. Super cute in here. Look how cute this is. So now I will say, when people started, getting unalived, I kind of felt like, it was really, really tapped. Now backtracking real quick. What was that? Dega, baby. I'm finna be going around telling people just for no reason I'm a nurse, because you know what? Why not? It was T.S. Madison's character, I felt like, was what I think of when I think of people who do like give back alley like butt shots or butt injections and stuff like that. When I tell you, the foam was crazy. When I saw the cans of foam, I said, foam is crazy, but they do that. They really truly do that. And so it's one of those things where it's just like, It seems ridiculous until you actually take any amount of time to actually just like look into like some of the things that women will inject into themselves just to have like a bigger butt. And then they were talking about dudes was putting it in their things. I said, oh, hold up now. I ain't looked into that. I ain't gonna look into it. I ain't looked into none of that. Is this like supposed to be like butternut squash? Is that what this is? I love this. This is very fall. This whole table is giving just like fall. This whole little cabin, very fall, very cozy. I love the colors. All the colors are earthy tones. I wanted to say like neutral tones, but they are like neutral earthy tones. But then you see like they have like the little pop of red with the tomatoes. I love when they do that. So one thing that I will say is the people that they got up out of there, they needed to get up out of there. So I really wasn't, it wasn't one of those things where it's like, you didn't even have to do that. I was like, yeah, they had to go ahead and get on up and out. They really did. Now, what I will say is once Sylvie's character like really got introduced into the whole dynamic, I stayed confused. I said, is she 8 or is she 18? I'm confused. Are you trying, was the point for you to be like a naive, was she 17, 18-year-old? Were you supposed to be like naive? And so you interpreted that as like being childlike. I don't know. But that really blew me. Another thing that blew me was the inconsistency for me of like, you know what? And it's things where it was not a big damn deal, but it was just, for me, I was just like, whatever. When Rain left the hospital and she was like, do I have any clothes? And the nurse was like, no, you didn't come in here with any clothes on. But she did come in with clothes on, because when they put her in the damn back of the Uber, what was her name? When Kimmy first took her to the hospital, she had a damn jumpsuit outfit on. Not a jumpsuit, a jogging suit outfit on. But I digress. And then they told her she didn't have any clothes. But then when the next scene that you saw her, she had on a full damn outfit. And I'm just like, did you have on clothes? Did you bring clothes or did you not? And one thing that we do know is she didn't have those clothes on. And so I think it was a lot of like scene jumping, which I'm cool. I could get down with that. Now, I'm saying all of this. These are just things that I pointed out that I noticed in the series. All in all, good series. Like, it was good. The plot line was good. The story was good. The flow of it was good. There are always going to be some parts that are going to just have to be left out for the sake of the speed of it all. And so I really wasn't upset with that. I don't want y'all to think that I'm just like bashing the show. I'm not, but these were just things that I picked out that I was just like, what the hell? The relationship between the family as a whole was very wicked. Nobody liked each other. Like, nobody liked each other. I never fully understood like Horace's beef with his kids. Like, okay, he felt like the kids were soft or whatever, or they weren't hardworking or whatever, but they worked at the company. And my whole thing is, are we doing nepotism or not? Because they are like on the board or whatever, so they hold a high spot within the company. And it's like, what more do you want for them? Like, you built the company, then they were born and they're benefiting from the company. You're giving them, they have the money, they have the privileges and all of that, but you're mad because they're not doing enough in the company. And it's like, what the fuck you want them to do? I don't know. I don't understand. I feel like you're either gonna go full-fledged with the nepotism or don't do it at all, because it's confusing to put your kids in spots, in spaces where they can benefit from your success, but then beat down on them for benefiting from your success. That was the part about it that I really didn't get. That part of the storyline, I just could not get at all. I feel like Charles' character, he played the hell out of his character, but you know what? It was one of those things where I just felt like, God damn, sir. It's not even so much so that you are like, look at this. You know, we love a good bridge. Are we finna walk through the bridge, y'all? Let's walk through the bridge real quick. You know what? I try to do this more and more so I can get better at this. And so I feel like walking, I be getting good. But you know what? I walked off the bridge, but that's okay. That's really truly okay. So Charles's character, I felt like you know what, I honestly, and call me cray, but I don't feel like Charles really wants to be an ass towards Varney. I feel like because Varney is like, I don't want to tell people about us, Charles is like, well, if you don't want to tell people about us, fine, I'm gonna continue to do me. I'm not about to be your secret. You can be my little side piece, but I'm not about to sit up here and act like you're my boyfriend and you don't even want to tell nobody about me. Like, I'm out. If you don't want to be out, that's on you. But you're not about to put me back in no closet that I've already come out of. And so I understand him on that point. I understand him on that front. So it be for me, I just be feeling like Charles is not really like that cold-hearted person that his character like appears to be. I really do feel like it's definitely coming from a space of just like, listen, I'm finna cut up and act up until you want to make this something that you know it's supposed to be. I'm single. And as a single person, I'm gonna do as I please. And I'm not about to sugarcoat it because you're here. I'm not about to sugarcoat it because you're telling me you love me every 5 seconds. No, I'm not gonna do that, because if you love me, you wouldn't want to keep me as no secret, because what the hell? Like, look at me. I'm nobody's secret, Spooky. Nobody's secret. And so I really feel like that's the space that he's coming from. Like, a lot of people might look at it as just like him being just like a hoe and just really, really out there and all of that. And it's like, no, I really feel like, no, we gonna walk up here. I really feel like he is just almost trying to like force him to come out on some, listen, get away from him because he's mine. I'm with him. This is what it is. Like, sorry, you got access to his house. You got access to everything, like anything that has to do with him, you have access to it. And I'm speaking like on outside of him being like the family lawyer. Like, you come in and out his house as you please. You picked out clothes for him. You know where the key at and all of that stuff. Like, you know all the ins and outs of his place. It's like he made it where you feel comfortable moving through his home as you please. And so that is something to be said about that, because for the average person, if you're dealing with somebody and you're not trying to mess with them like that, they're not going to have access to your house like that, if at all. But definitely not in a space as to where like, you know how to get in my house when I'm asleep. You know, that type of thing. Like, you know what kind of clothes I like to wear, what type of stuff I like, you know too much about me for it to just be like a physical type thing. And so I feel like that part, a lot of people might not have picked up on that nuance, but I really like that they added that into the show, because it really made you think. It's just like, okay, it could be a front. It really could be a front, especially when like all of the stuff went down, like in the end of the second season. I felt like that was him. You know what, in my opinion, it gave me mixed feelings, because look at the little kitty cat. It's just like, okay, yeah, you mad at him because he didn't pick up your phone call. It's like, I never asked you for nothing. It's like, yeah, okay, but at the same time, y'all was arguing. Who would have thought that the reason and why as to why you were calling was that? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm still trying to leave a little bit. I don't want to do like spoilers, because I just kind of feel like if I watched the show late, there are a lot of other people who did as well. Now, going back some, I do feel like Roy and like Kimmy's relationship, but they like beef with each other. I really do feel like Roy could have went harder, and he just didn't. And you know what? He reminds me of Roy's character reminds me of Malik from The Game. And I just could not unsee it. Like, every time I looked at him, like, I could not unsee it. But I felt like the scenes where I really thought he was going to go hard on Kimmy, he just did not. I did feel like it was very funny how everybody knew that Roy character wasn't hitting on nothing because that man was on that booger sugar. They like, dude, you ain't, we already know it's mad gummy over there, so don't even try to pull it. But I feel like because of that, it just made him like angry. Like, he was real angry. He knew that he had a straight up problem, but he was like completely in denial about it.